Welcome to today's MI tip on using feeling type reflections. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I am always excited to talk MI, so here we go. In MI, we use our ORs, open-ended questions, affirmations, reflections, and summary to guide the conversation. Reflections make up the bulk of the vocabulary of MI, meaning that in a motivational interviewing conversation, the majority of what you're going to hear should be reflections. Luckily, there are plenty of different types of reflections to keep things fresh and exciting. Over the next few weeks, we'll be exploring each type of reflection. The skill of knowing what flavor of reflection to use in the moment will come with plenty of practice. There's no hard and fast rules when it comes to this. Much of it is intuitive as you learn to feel into the conversation. This comes with being mindful of what's happening in the conversation. Is the person you're coaching giving you a lot of change talk? Are you hearing mostly sustained talk? More than likely, it's a combination of both, reasons why the person wants to change along with reasons why they can't. So what does our feeling reflection sound like? Before we delve further into strategy, let's refresh our memories with some examples of what a feeling reflection might sound like. You're exhausted from feeling held back by your weight. You're confused by all of the misinformation out there. When stress ramps up, you get discouraged and overwhelmed. You're optimistic that this plan could work for you. All different types of feeling reflections. Now, the photo here is of the fine tuners on a cello, and it made me think of how we use reflections to really get on the same wavelength. It's like fine tuning our choice of words, and we can fine tune our feeling reflections with careful selection of our adjectives. So, I like to have this feelings wheel nearby so that I can get a little bit more creative with my feeling adjectives. There are also many other versions online if you'd like to do a Google search for feeling wheel. So why might you want to use a feeling type of reflection? Well, a feeling reflection has the potential to become a more complex type of reflection. We want more of those in MI simply because they bring more to the conversation than just a simple reflection might. So instead of you walked 3 times this past week, simple reflection, try you're proud that you got those walks in and hopeful that you can keep this going. While there could be many different reasons for using a feeling type reflection, I would say that primarily they're a great way to demonstrate or deepen empathy. And don't be afraid to reflect back something that is difficult or uncomfortable. You may actually need to in order to move forward with the conversation. And something that I think is really cool is that in general, reflections of difficult emotions or feelings tend to diffuse them, whereas reflections of positive emotions tend to increase them. If you'd like more information on this, you can listen to the Half Hour podcast on NPR, where Brene Brown speaks on the power of naming our emotions. So, in our MI conversations, we want to be mindful of the effect that our feeling reflections are creating. So, in motivational interviewing, while we want to have empathy and demonstrate it, we don't want to cuddle the problem. It's a true balancing act where you're feeling into the conversation and making attempts to simultaneously meet people where they're at while helping them tune into the part of themselves that wants to change, a version of themselves that is capable and powerful of making the changes they desire. Essentially, we're just trying to soften their sustain talk, the problems, barriers, and challenges, while growing their change talk. So, if you say something like feeling reflection, you've been feeling devastated and grieving the passing of your partner. Your self-care priorities shifted in order to best take care of yourself. And they respond back with, yes, that's true, but I know that she would have wanted me to quit smoking. Jump on the quit smoking part. Don't go back to the grief and difficulty. That would be cuddling the problem. In keeping with the musical theme, let's play with the fine tuning of our feeling reflections. This week's challenge, should you accept, is to fine tune your vocabulary to be able to better capture and reflect back the person you're coaching's feelings. It's normal to get in a rut and use the same words over and over again. So see what happens when you switch it up. Please post some of your feeling reflections that you've used in coaching conversations in our chat throughout the week. And what impact they created when you offered them to your client. Looking forward to hearing from you and see you next time.